Welcome back.
Sup, motherfuckers?
Bags and baguettes.
Whoa. What'd you say?
Bags
And what?
and baguettes.
All right. Okay. Bags and baguettes. That's fine, I guess.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, don't worry about it.
One is plastic or paper, and the other is bread.
Bread. Fucking.
We're off to a great start.
To a fucking amazing
Welcome
start.
to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Friday. We got to get down on this fucking day. What the fuck is your name?
My name is Benjamin, son of Stone. Benjamin.
And my name is Geron, Miles Geron. And we're doing the fucking podcast thing for 3 people again. So check it out. What do you want to talk about?
People?
Huh?
What 3 people?
Zach, Paul,
Jeff.
oh yeah, I guess Jeff
Nelson.
does Nelson. Okay.
Brian Terrell.
I didn't know that.
He texted me yesterday and was like, "What is that loud squeaking on your episode? It's really loud." And I was like, "I'm sorry.
It's the fucking dog.
It's my dumbass dog."
Did you tell him that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
We got some
I guess
news
you
though.
could
We
be
got
able to
some
guess.
news though. We got some news.
yeah,
to talk
there's
about.
stuff going on.
It's
so
a jam-packed episode.
We're starting a late in the night.
Packed. So where
can't
we
look at
left
that.
off last time on Memory Leak, we played the Kirby Air Riders demo.
We did try the Kirby Air Riders
And that
demo
game
last
comes
week.
out in like a couple days.
Comes out next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I next Thursday, I believe.
You played it kind of a lot.
I played it more than I expected to. I like it.
You like
I
it.
like-
You actively like it.
I like
What we
the
got to do
City
is we got to
Trial.
go upstairs and play the GameCube version.
We do. I want to feel the GameCube version and see if I feel differently now that I just have a bigger breadth of experience with games and maybe a bigger tolerance for certain kinds of things.
Right.
I thought it felt good to move around. Everything had pretty good feedback. Everyone's not everyone, but a lot of people are kind of saying that oh, it's too chaotic. I don't really think it's too chaotic. It just is chaotic. And I think
But too chaotic compared to what? Maybe compared to the first one.
yeah,
Maybe compared to any other kart racer.
maybe compared to like what you think of as a racing game, but like City Trial, there's just things going on. But it's pretty easy to understand because they give you a lot of decent feedback for when you're hitting something, for when you can steal something, for when an enemy is like defeatable. In
Generally, I would
think it was
agree.
fun.
I think the what should I say here? I think the choices for how feedback is provided to the user
Sure.
is fine for each individual thing.
Yeah.
But for me, at least, it
Yeah.
is too chaotic. There's a lot on the screen. When
Mhm.
every time that I played, my eyes were like dried out by the end of it because I was like trying to pay attention to like
Yeah.
every micro
Just
adjustment
thing.
of what was
Yeah.
happening on the screen. I felt like, and I kind of felt like this with the original Kirby Air Rider, was that the camera's too pulled in. Camera's too pulled in. And it feels like I'm like claustrophobic and like,
That's something the demo didn't tell you. You can pull the right camera out with the right stick.
oh,
It just does it so slowly that you wouldn't realize it was happening unless you were doing it deliberately.
oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I think that would help.
that really helps. The option screen
That
didn't really let
would
you touch
help.
anything, but you could do it with that.
I see. Can you set it as a default option
No.
screen?
You might be able to in the full game. You can't do anything with it in the fucking
I see.
because they just give you the accessibility menu.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
Maybe I will re-download it and try that.
give it a try
just to
this
touch
weekend. Yeah,
it. Thought the mini games for City Trial were neat.
yeah.
I think the City Trial design is neat.
Yeah.
I think it feels more cohesive than the original Kirby Air Ride. It felt very sprawling
There's
in the
more-
original
yeah.
game. This feels tighter, even though maybe it's not
It
tighter.
does feel like there's a lot of like places to go, but that you can kind of get a sense for where you're going.
Yeah. And you can go to all of them in a very short amount of time.
Yep.
You can cross the map instantly if you know exactly
Yeah.
where to go. Yeah. So, but at the same time, the scale feels smaller, maybe because like you're moving faster.
I think because you're faster.
At least respective to the terrain.
Yeah.
Which reminds you of that thing where it's like, if you want the game to feel bigger, make your character go slower.
Yeah.
Which is like, I wonder if that's what was happening in the original City Trial.
And that's probably
in first Air Ride.
Yeah. But like you said, we got to find out before too long.
I'm not going to pay $70 for it though.
I don't want to pay $70 for it. I do want to see.
I wish it had game share.
True.
Really sad game to not have game share.
Because considering how simple of a like control scheme it is too, you'd be able to get a lot of people on it. I also my hope though, or my wish is that I get to try to see what the races feel like with other people in some way.
Right.
And then maybe down the line I'll consider picking it up. Because I
would like to try the races. I
think I'm having a better time with the game than I initially thought. Because initially I didn't give a shit at all.
Right.
Now I kind of care. Because the demo did what it was supposed to do. Like
give you a taste.
It gave me the kind of manipulation they needed to give me to be like, oh, this is something I'm now properly interested in. And like, would I buy any of those amiibo? Fuck no. If I bought the game, I'd probably have no choice but to spend the $70 unless I'm willing to wait a year or buy it used physically, which I'm not going to do.
Right.
So yeah, hopefully it's content rich enough and it's got enough there for a single player especially to justify me spending $70. And if you all haven't noticed, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm very discerning now because the games are $70. So
yeah, I'm not gonna.
I can't just say yes. I'm going to get it to anything anymore.
I'm less discerning than you, but I'm not going to get $70 worth of value out of that. I would get maybe $50 worth of value out of it. I could play the game and have fun. I could definitely play through all the races. I could play through a fair number of city trials. Yeah. I don't know. I am curious to see also what sort of Sakurai level checkboxing they apply to the game.
Yeah, because the first game has it too. The first game is the one that has the.
I think it's probably the first game that had the grid like that.
That has that grid.
I really liked those grids. Yeah, I liked it in Kid Icarus.
Smashed open.
I liked it in Brawl.
Yeah.
I like those check boxes.
Yeah,
that's a satisfying way to do progression.
Yeah. Like Ultimate has it, but it's not as satisfying to break into because it's like you're filling out an image kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this is going to have a lot of modern Sakuraiisms because this is post Smash Ultimate, post Kid Icarus Uprising, post YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like this is literally the game he was talking about when he said he was working on something. Yeah, and that's as he winded down
after his reflections.
Yeah.
His ideologues.
Yeah. It's interesting that Air Ride was the pick. I said this before, but returning to Kirby Air Ride doesn't seem like something that anybody would do. I know a lot of people are like sequel, but
I do. I mean, the YouTube channel is a good point because Kirby Air Ride is kind of the perfect Sakurai game of what that man is all about.
Yeah.
Which is taking an established franchise and trying to find a way to distill it down to its core philosophy.
Yeah.
Its core essence of what makes it fun and engaging, and amplifying that through accessibility.
Yeah,
that's what Smash Bros was.
Smash Bros is making a fighting game, like making fighting games more accessible and approachable.
Making Final Fight more accessible.
Making Fatal Fury.
Fatal Fury.
Or it was KOF. It was KOF 97 that he was playing, I think. But that kind of thing, and with this particular game, especially having watched that YouTube channel, this is the first Nintendo published game that I can think of with a menu that has accessibility features as detailed as this one seems to have. Which isn't to say that it's got the most.
He had multiple videos about accessibility.
He had multiple, and the most important game that he pointed to was Last of Us Part 1.
That's right.
And I was like, oh, okay. And I looked at what they were talking about. I was like, oh shit, like this is for real. And I think more games need accessibility features. I think more games need things that let more people play. Not on the other hand, like oh fuck those people. I mean, like on the other hand, I think compromises on like difficulty and everything shouldn't be done. But we've talked about that before. But yeah, no, this game.
It feels like an opportunity for him to take what he's reflected on, and meditated on, and like apply it to something. And apply it to
a simple like
with low stakes.
Yeah, a game that's like straightforward control wise and everything that anybody could play. And it's like a demonstration of this is
of
what
all of his philosophies.
Game feel. This is like the production, because I'm assuming this didn't take very long to make. Right. I'm assuming like there's a lot of like efficiency tests in their workflow. with this, and then like challenging perceptions about the price and seeing if $70 means something to the people that are going to be buying this game and everything. I think this is like a little.
He's testing the waters again.
Yeah, it's a little like God, it'll be a big bang of
it'll be worth
stuff.
It'll all be worth it if we get a new Kid Icarus.
Yeah, if we get a new Kid Icarus or something like it.
Yeah,
it doesn't even need to be Kid Icarus, but just something taking either an established IP or a new one.
I would like it to be Kid Icarus, like specifically Kid Icarus with the same gameplay systems.
That's fair. Okay.
With 4K HDR, with mouse controls.
Mouse control and like be able to fling the crosshair around too, like spin it around and stop it.
Kid Icarus was in my top when I looked at the Nintendo Store app that they released and has all your historical hours. Kid Icarus was near the top of my 3DS list.
Oh, interesting. Because I think it's the top of my 3DS list.
Oh, is it?
Check. It's either
I think Pokemon.
Now that I think about it, it's probably Smash Bros.
Ones.
Actually, but I'm gonna check real quick. But yeah, Kirby. This fucking Kirby game is cool. I can say at the very least, if it's a game that you're interested in, that it is a cool game. Kirby, it seems like it'll be cool. We'll see if people pick it up. I think the longevity, the longevity of the population online will kind of affect how I feel about it. Like I said, I if the single player content is solid, then that might be
enough.
That might be enough.
Yeah.
Because playing online with other people, it's a crapshoot of like, if you have a lot of people, then you have a lot of people of various skill levels. So it always can be fun to play. Whereas if it's only a few people, you'll get those freaks that are playing constantly. And the only way to get anywhere is to also play constantly. And I don't have the patience for that for a game like this, especially.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So next thing, was there another?
Let me real quick talk about Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I finished it recently. I finished it before we did our last episode, but I forgot to talk about it.
Yeah, it just didn't come up.
Final Fantasy Tactics, still the GOAT.
Good shit.
It's still the GOAT of tactics games for me. I don't give a shit about Fire Emblem, and I never will. I don't like Fire Emblem Awakening.
Interesting.
I know a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. But Final Fantasy Tactics is my GOAT. And here's why. It's not the hardest game.
Mm-hmm.
It has its challenge. It's not the hardest game. But it's got the most spirit.
Sure.
It's got the most spirit, and it is still, from my perspective, the best story of every Final Fantasy game.
It's okay.
And that's the one thing I was sort of like the main reason, I guess, I was playing through the game was to almost like validate that. Because I know everyone says like, oh, Tactics is great. Like nobody can play Tactics now except on the PS3, on PSN or whatever.
Yeah, like the original
or on PSP or on iPad, I guess. But you know, it was sort of like under the floorboards people like kind of poking out and being like talking whenever people are talking about the best Final Fantasy, it's like it's either 6 or it's 7 or maybe it's 9 or 10.
6, 7, 9, 10, 12. Yeah.
Then, you know, the people kind of like creeping from behind the corner and be like, well, what about Tactics? Tactics is definitely the best one. And a lot of people would be like, maybe, like we're not really talking about that.
They wouldn't confidently say one way or the other.
Tactics is for sure the best story. It holds up like crazy. It holds up. It's relevant. It's handling multiple themes. Multiple themes across sort of like theory of knowledge. How do you know what's true and what's not? Yeah. How do you know the veracity of history, even when it is accounted for? It has multiple independent, contributors.
Narrators, basically. Yeah.
There's a lot of that angle. There's the angle of unreliable narrators, which is interesting and not common in many games. You know, there's what the player knows, there's what the characters know, and some of the characters are unreliable, whether they are doing it intentionally or whether they're doing it because they've been fed information. So there's that whole angle, which I think was confusing to me growing up playing the game. But the whole compendium thing that they have that tells you like what each character is like doing or thinking or their status in the world,
their relation to the world.
At given points in time. Like even within characters, you can swap through the pages from like the beginning of the game to the end of the game. This is what they were doing here. This is where they were. Yeah. It has the events as they chronicle throughout the time of the game. And that helps sort of contextualize it because there are a lot of ancillary characters that are never show up on the screen.
Yeah. You mentioned that.
And they're all like they are the focal point of the game, like because the whole thing is about like power, right? It's about power dynamics. Like that's another one of the key themes. You know, we're talking about theory of knowledge. How do we know what's true and what's not? One of the other key themes is sort of like power dynamics, the fight for power, what people can do with power. Power used for good, used for bad. And class dynamics, upper class versus lower class struggles, class mobility. All of these things are sort of tackled. In the course of the game, there's different characters that all have different, theories and philosophies, and there's conflict that sort of like resolves between them.
No, that's like straight up real shit. You can remove that from the context of Final Fantasy Tactics and just say those things like that's just what's happening.
Yeah, and it's like, even though it's in this fantasy world and there's like crazy shit going on, like the things the characters say, like there's so many screenshots that I think I did take and you can take throughout the course of the game where it's like, this is real. This is where we're at. Yeah, this is real shit that they're talking about here. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I do think, I think Final Fantasy as a whole doesn't often get recognized as an IP that does that,
right?
Because it does do it a lot throughout its games.
It does in a much more almost like surreal, and fantastical way.
Well, you have to be like in it to get it with like FF7, to get it with FF6, to get it with 4.
Yep.
You have to like be playing it and be understanding it. It's harder to just.
There's just lines of dialogue that just straight up can be ripped out.
I think it's there's nothing to confuse there. It's like they are saying what they mean, or they're presenting it in the way they mean to. And I think part of that is if you're going to come to a game like this, then you're already in that brain where it's like you're already here to think. So we're going to give you shit to think about.
Yeah.
So they do it with the story. They do it with the story. They do it with the gameplay. They do it with the interaction with all the characters.
Right.
So that sounds like
it's good shit.
Yeah.
It deals with I talked about power already, but the real core central theme is religion. And it doesn't even sort of rear its head until like the second half of the game. But it's very much sort of like the backbone and the undercurrent of the entire game is sort of like religion. How do religions start? The foundation of them, the heroes that get propped up. How religions spread and propagate through regions and across time, and how the mythology make of it what you will. The mythology is sort of like the ethos and sort of the legacy of religion and religious figures over the course of time, and how it changes the religion. All of that is present, and it's like a core tenet of the game, and it's like it's good shit.
And doesn't that sometimes blindside people when they get to the point of the game being that way?
Maybe.
I feel like
it's funny because it's not to spoil, but it's a very anti-organized religion.
Oh yeah.
Very
that's what I'm saying.
Anti-organized religion.
Like
that's almost probably the thing it's saying the loudest, right? Make of it what you will with like, oh, it's communist, it's capitalist, it's pro-democracy, it's pro-monarchy, like whatever, right? Like say what you will of the political power structures, but it's all about power, it's all about knowledge, and it's all about kind of like how that is exercised through organized religion. Good shit.
Yeah.
Very good shit.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those games where like it ends, it rolls credits, and you just kind of like do that lean back.
That lean back,
and
look
you're
at the
just
ceiling,
like thinking about life, and you're just like, God damn. It's one of those.
God damn. Yeah.
The gameplay's fun too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's very much a Final Fantasy game in the sense of like it pushes back enough, but it's an easy game to break if you just sort of know where to press.
And that's kind of where games were at when this came out anyway.
Right.
Like Symphony of the Night's the same way.
It gives you a lot of tools and systems to look at. Some of the systems, I think I mentioned this last time that I talked about it, but some of the systems are like they're more for flavor than they are to like actually engage with.
Yeah. They're there for the context of the game. It's like this is something
and for the creativity,
about, but it's not. Yeah.
The big one I always think about is sort of like the birthday system and the zodiacs.
Yeah.
Like there is something happening there. There's interactions, but it's nothing you need to like min max. You don't need to like farm up a whole team of, or like one of each zodiac, or like all
Right.
Leos. Like that's not.
There's nothing.
It's almost like a random element. I think it affects like things like hit rate, hit rate, and maybe damage or something like that. But it's such a nothing mechanic. It's like really just there
to spin up what you're doing
to relate to the zodiac braids, the zodiac stones,
and it prevents
the aura sight.
I think it prevents shit from being like the same all the time.
Yeah, so, it's probably the way they do RNG to some degree.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's fun. It's just funny because like the very first thing you do in the game is you set your birthday.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
like,
the first thing it asks for you.
Is this a big deal? But it's not really a big deal.
Yeah, I mean it's it's one of those things that's just.
There's also a calendar system where some quests, I call it quote unquote quest, but will like errands, I guess, will pop up during certain months and some won't.
Yeah.
So it's like it seems like there was going to be more with the calendar system and with the zodiac system.
Maybe
and it just wasn't. Yeah, it was probably more of an ambition thing.
Yeah, it's probably too much for people to plan out for the span of an entire game, plus to have for a PlayStation 1 game at the time.
The thing I always struggle with is like they sort of mix and match the two different styles of like units that you can get across the whole genre of tactics games in general, which is you can recruit sort of like blank slate units that you can grow and do class changes and do whatever you want with them. And then they give you like custom characters, like party characters that have like their own unique class, their own unique sprite, their own unique gear, their own unique skills.
They have shit to say too.
And they have shit to say in the battles. Like they actually have dialogue that comes up. They have a lot of new dialogue in the game.
I didn't know that.
Like there's all these YouTube videos of like, here's all the new dialogue that the characters say across the course of the game. Because cool. you like can't have them all in the matches. So it's like you would never organically see come into, all the dialogue.
Yeah.
And part of what I struggle is like there's so many of them that like you're never gonna get to use them all.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to just like decide what you're gonna do for your playthrough. Like, are you gonna use only custom characters? Are you gonna use a blend? Or are you gonna use only these 4 or 5 like custom characters? So I used one of them is also broken. I think I mentioned before that like there's a very broken character and he's still broken. They're just like we're gonna leave it the same game mechanically.
Which I think is appropriate. I think
it is. He's fun to use. He's cool.
That's the whole character. Point is that he's he's a
god. Yeah, he's the thunder god.
Yeah, something like that.
That is his moniker.
Oh, I didn't know his. Oh, that it makes sense. Fucking, I'm making a motion to not spoil it. I guess.
I'm not even sure what you're. I'm not talking about Cloud.
Oh. Okay.
Which it's funny. Cloud. They got the real voice actor.
Yeah.
Wait, from Remake and Rebirth.
That's funny.
Yeah, I like looked it up. I was like, that's good.
It's like it's right on.
It's like the real Cloud.
Yeah, that's good.
It is good.
They could have just picked anybody, like any sound alike. They could have picked the dude that did the voice in the fucking FF7 voice mod. No, like that dude's
kill.
That dude's kill. That dude's voice
I did use some characters I had never used before though, and I was like, "Oh, this is really sick." It's like a completely unique character. There's like a robot guy.
Oh shit!
Who like you can't even change his class. Like most of the custom characters, they can still class change to the normal classes, but they have their own unique standard class.
That that comes with shit.
But the robot is like a completely different set of mechanics, and so I used them, and I was like, I think I just always thought he was shit because you couldn't
do
skill
shit like
him
that.
up.
Yeah,
he just had like a set stats.
Yeah.
But when I was using him, I was like, oh, this is real tight. And I used him for the whole game.
And I mean, you're in a different headspace now. It's like, okay, let's see what kind of interesting things that were made for this.
So that game fucking rules. Good. And if anybody hasn't played it, you're missing out.
And this one's $50.
This one's $50. It's got a speed up button.
Yeah, like this one's an easier purchase than.
Please
like
do
it's you can Ben here can justify it clearly, and it's like there's enough there. There's enough to say the game's got a pedigree. It's if you want it, it's good to go. Plus, it's on PC. You can probably wait for a sale.
Yeah, it's on everything.
Yeah,
it'll be $20
game, so
it'll be $20 before you know it. Okay, so that's tactics.
Which was there? Do you want to?
I think that was it.
You want to talk about Steam? You want to talk about Metroid?
Yeah, let's do Metroid first.
Okay, so you didn't watch the overview video.
Yeah, they dropped to like a 10-minute video. I'm like, I know what I'm getting here. I'm getting like a massive blast of the taste of what the beginning of the game is going to be like. I know I'm going to play the game, so I don't... John's making this shit-eating grin of a face over here.
All right, so
whatever it is, I know I'm going to buy the game.
Yeah.
Like I have it pre-ordered. I don't need to see anything.
Okay. This is going to be hard to talk about with you without.
No, you can say whatever you want.
Okay. I watched the overview because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to hide myself from this because that's going to make my experience up to the launch of the game really annoying.
Why?
Why? Because not only did I get a fucking notification on my phone from that goddamn ad, it's like this is what they want to show, and I want to know what's. This game's weird, by the way.
Have you played it?
I've touched it before. Yeah,
it's weird.
It's got weird rotations with Dorothy like laying on her side and shit. It's weird. But I want to know what they think that we need to know about the game now, what they're willing to show, what they're ready to show.
See, here's what I was thinking.
What?
I was thinking they probably took some of the feedback and probably some of their metrics across social media to be like, people aren't really that excited about this game, partially because it's Metroid and partially because we haven't been marketing it. It seemed like they were going to be like, here's a big peek under the hood of what you can expect.
It doesn't feel like that to me. It feels like this was already part of the plan. This was always part of the plan. It's less, huh?
Trust the plan.
Jesus, but it's the game's less than a month away. I think the intent. I don't think they were going to hold this to their chest up until the day the game came out. I think waiting for a month was fine, especially because there was a preview event that a bunch of people went to, and I didn't watch a lot of those. The
previews.
Yeah, I know what's in them.
I know there's one thing that people are really pissed off about.
Really
and
pissed off. So,
this is going to ruin the entire game. This is going to lead to 10 years of disappointment.
Yeah. So should I lead with that, or should I talk about the shit that I think was good?
You go. You do your thing.
We're going to talk about the thing that was quote unquote annoying about it.
Yeah.
But that means I have to blindside you with something.
Okay.
And so there are
Federation
troops that are lost on Vuros with you.
Right.
You find them, you run into them. They all have personalities. They all have things to say. They all have stuff going on. And the demo that these people play, they give one of they fight with you. Like you see their name, you see their health and everything with you in certain areas of the game. And one of them, his name is Miles
Morales.
No, Miles Bennett Dyson. No, his name is Miles. I think Miles McKenzie, if I remember right. He's ugly. And he's dorky.
I think I saw a picture of him with the glasses.
Yeah. And he, the thing about this guy is in this demo that these people played, he talks. He talks a bit.
Right. He tutorializes.
My understanding is a lot of these people that are instantly complaining about him don't have the context of the game being something where you interact with these people sparingly. Because the overview mentions that you do it here and there. You don't do it all the time. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're going to have him all the time. He's probably going to die. That's probably why he's like this. I don't know. But this game is quite a bit about the interactions with the other characters that are there, which makes sense because that's what Metroid Prime specifically has been leading into since Prime 2. Like Prime 2 had Umos and then all the dead Luminoth. Prime 3 had all the other hunters. Metroid Prime hunters had the hunters you fought, of course. But Prime 3 had the hunters and the Galactic Federation stuff. Yeah. Obviously, Federation Force is about the Galactic Federation. This is all of that kind of coming together on the back end with Samus interacting with them in a mainline game in a more significant way, where these characters have personalities and names. Kind of like and this isn't going to sound good to some of you, but kind of like the interaction she had in Other M. But not
the same.
Not at all the same way.
Right.
Just like conceptually similar. And
but you never actually saw any of the other characters in Other M, did you?
Yeah, you did. We did.
When you interact with them?
I mean, you mostly interacted with them in cutscenes, and then sometimes they'd be sitting at a computer and you could do the Resident walk around them, or do the pixel hunt while things were happening with them, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
not like in the
main gameplay. And this game has that in the main gameplay.
I feel mixed about that from what you're telling
me. So you feel mixed about it, and that's part of why I think this overview trailer that they showed was a good thing, because now that expectation has been set.
Yeah, you're not going to go into the game and be like, what the fuck?
And like, who the fuck are these people? And I think that's a great thing because
that is definitely smart. It's almost like like crisis control. It's setting expectations.
It's setting expectations. Yeah, I don't think there's any particular crisis with this game. It feels like it's
I mean, the one thing that's weird, as I'm sure you know, is that I think to a lot of people, especially people that might have only played Prime 1,
remastered specifically,
Prime 1 and any of the other Metroid games on Switch,
just that are available
Switch
to play
Online.
Metroid
is very much rooted in solitude. So I think that's it's a risky gambit,
and I think it's a good one to take because Prime in my head is now completely differentiated from the mainline games, whereas where Prime 1 specifically is the bridge between them.
Right.
And I think leaning into having some narrative elements along with the type of gameplay that Prime exists for is like I want them doing Metroid Prime stuff, not just Metroid stuff.
Right.
And on top of that, from like I'm saying from this overview trailer, you do spend a lot of time alone. You spend a lot of time doing your own thing. You have the bike that goes across the desert to get to
probably
the areas
more
of the
just
game.
Flavor to mix stuff up.
It's something to mix things up. It's something to give. It's something to add a little bit of purpose. And it's like why is Samus the only one doing these things? But that's not actually true. There's other people that are dealing with the incident that brought them to Vuros.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely the solitude thing is interesting because I think even in Prime 1, like there's a heavy focus on solitude, so maybe that's just the part I'm keying in on. But there's definitely like breaks in that when you see like the space pirates like flying around or like hovering around shit. Like doing their thing, like conversing, and then they fly around and attack you. So there's like subtle things of like other intelligent life forms interacting in an ecosystem, which, like you mentioned, Umos is kind of an example of that too.
Like the Umos thing is kind of breaks it entirely because he just speaks English.
Right.
He just speaks English to Samus.
Like
in text, no voice acting. Which like if it were a Pokemon game, that's one thing, but I think he would have been. It would have been nice to have him just speak it rather than do the Luminoth like stuff. But you were.
Well, saying. But I think that's important though because I feel like it's like almost like a translation module or something.
And you actually get little translation modules in the game, so it makes sense. I think it's maybe in a way is a little bit at odds because Samus isn't talking back to him. Whereas like in Dread, when Samus speaks back to the Chozo, it's like, oh fuck, she knows how to talk to them.
Right.
And in that same game, you have Adam speaking to her in English. You know? Or Adam speaking to her in English.
God, Dread is good as shit. Maybe I'll replay Dread again.
Yeah, I might. I might be able to replay that and not have it like wear me out on first-person adventure games when Prime 4 comes out. But there's other stuff in that trailer that was hot shit.
Should I boot it up?
I think you should watch it. But I will say there's a lot of stuff in it. It like kind of says these are the areas you go to. They show some of the new power-ups. You might want to chill.
Yeah, I kind of want to chill. It's like 2 weeks away.
2 weeks? Like
3 weeks.
Is it really only 3 weeks away?
Yeah. December 4th, dude. We're in the mid-November.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
it's so close.
Shit. I can't get Kirby. I have this that I need to have in there.
Yeah.
In my head, it's still a whole month away.
No.
But it's not.
Less than that, for sure.
But so when they first showed the game off, I was like, this looks awesome. They showed it again and they were like, what is this bike thing? And this has me really excited for the fucking game. Like dead serious.
Good.
I think this game's going to do some stuff that they probably have wanted to do for a long time. I think this game has.
When you say they, are you talking about the Metroid series director,
I'm talking
producer,
about
or are you talking about Rockstar? Jesus.
The people at Retro that have been working with this series from back in the early 2000s, to the Gap and then to now. I think there's a lot of new people working there, and it's obvious. There's a lot of new music, but there's a lot of familiar sound effects. there's a
sort of a breath of fresh air for them.
Yeah, and I think this is the first time they've gotten to make a Prime game, like a new Prime game in HD, with a console that's super capable. That, like, by all means, this is a Switch 2 game. Everything they showed from that overview trailer, they were specific. Like everything we showed you is from the Switch 2 edition of the game. Remember that it's on Switch 1, and remember to buy the right version.
Well, but it's a Switch 2 edition.
It's a Switch 2
edition.
The
version doesn't really matter that much.
Huh? Yeah.
But it's not like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 where there is no upgrade path.
Right, but they were just specific about it.
Yeah.
They were strangely specific about it. And I think they wanted to keep that promise to Switch 1 buyers from
7 years ago.
To that it was coming there.
Yeah.
But they're really kind of hush on the performance.
Yeah.
On any features that the original Switch might have.
Well, it's a good thing Digital Foundry's there to keep them in line.
Well, what I hope is that the game actually runs great on Switch 1. Like it
probably does.
It runs 60 FPS. Fine. Yeah, it probably runs 60 with a couple of drops.
1080 with,
and then dynamic resolution.
Right.
That's what I'm expecting. Because on Switch 2, it's 4K.
I mean, they showed some side-by-sides, and it's like, it's clear they put a lot of work into it because the two screenshots look pretty different. In terms of like the assets that show up.
Oh, you're talking about for the Switch 2 version
versus Switch 1.
Yeah.
Like the path, they showed something with like a curved path.
Yeah.
And like the foliage was different. The dirt path itself was different. I was like, oh, it like almost kind of looks like a different version of the game.
It looks like a different, it looks like you're playing.
It doesn't look like one's just upscaled.
Exactly.
I mean?
It's what's a good example? It's like when some of those games would come out on Wii and some of those games would come out on PS3.
You
know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
And in certain ways,
it's like a different. It's like a forked code branch.
Yeah,
it's like a different version of the game.
And I hope they have. I hope they're all working on that in tandem and not having a separate team splinter off to finish the Switch version.
I doubt that.
But I mean, it's not off the table. It could be outsourced back to Bandai Namco to finish that version.
Yeah, but I feel like that'd be really weird.
Yeah,
because if they're doing any last minute changes, like how do you keep that?
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. It's not.
It just feels like it'd be weird.
They just had to figure out the work.
Because it would be a different. It would actually be a different game at that point.
It could be, yeah. It could incidentally be a different. Well, it can't be because the save data is shared between the two.
Right.
Or
that's the Switch 2 edition.
The Switch 2 edition.
It's just a game. It's a license that upgrades it to the Switch 2 edition.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean. Okay. Well, hopefully the Switch 1 version's good. And I'm going to try it because I'm getting the game digitally.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just going to be on all of my Switch consoles.
Yeah.
Just whenever. It's huge. It's a huge game for
what is it, 20
Switch.
something?
It's like 30 gigabytes.
30?
It's like 29 on Switch 1. Or it's either 28 or 29, something like that.
I'm not buying it anymore.
Huh? Shut the fuck up. But it looks really nice. And like I was saying to you earlier, I think a lot of Westernisms are going to be in this game. I know a lot of people have worked on the Halo series have been cycling between retro and then 343 and then back to retro, and some of them went to Halo Studios, all of that kind of thing. You can kind of see that blood in Halo 4 all the way back whenever. That's still kind of there with the visibility of the visor in the later Halo games and shit. I think this game's going to feel modern for people that want it. It's going to surprise people that don't really think of Nintendo as having games like this, even though they should. Nintendo has tons of games.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the game looks really, like visually, like graphically, like even the faces of the characters that are speaking.
I was impressed by some of the faces that I saw.
Oh, you did see some of the faces?
I saw, yeah, Twitter, there's some.
Oh, they just blasted.
I saw a couple screenshots filtered through, and nothing crazy.
Like I was impressed by the facial models and everything. I wonder if those are going to hold up on Switch 1, if they're going to run the cutscenes at 30 FPS or some shit.
Which is fine.
It's completely fine for the purpose of this. I think Samus moves with a confidence that she fucking had in Dread.
Right.
And I think having Dread as like the 2D base to continue the character manual or whatever you want to say.
Sure.
Going for the style sheet or whatever you call it for Samus in this game is perfect, even though this game probably started develop because they restarted in 2019. So by all means, this version is from 2019. Which means Dread probably got started around the same time, to be honest. You know?
I mean, there could be shared consistencies.
There's probably some shared stylistic things between them. I'm excited to use all the different control schemes. I already seen that there's pointer, there's mouse. All the control schemes I could possibly want are in there. All the configurations for the resolution and frame rate are in there. It means if I do multiple playthroughs, maybe one I'll do 4K, maybe one I'll do 120 FPS, maybe one I'll do entirely on Switch Lite. I don't know. My hope is that I like this game enough that I blast through it a million times, like I did with Prime 3, like I did with Prime 1, and to an extent Prime 2. Prime 2 is a little bit more it's a little bit more of a complicated game, so it's a little rougher to decide to just run through again, even though I've beaten it tons.
I've never beaten Prime 2 or 3.
Oh, so I'd say do it, but you don't have to do it. You just
I have it on my Wii U.
Yeah. Trilogy. You can just see them.
I could stream it.
Be like, nah, it's up to you. You have the setup.
I do have the setup.
So but yeah, I think
I want the 2 remaster.
Yeah. I think 2 and 3 deserve a remaster, but one way or the other, to just finish my thought on this, I do think people are. It's very hard for me to take like the little weirdos online seriously. Like I've said this before, but I mean it really. Like people saying things are terrible, things are awful, things are going to be so disappointing. I don't know, man. This shit ain't that serious. So, feeling that way makes you come off kind of uncritical. Right. It's like you're very much on a feeling where you're worried that you're going to be disappointed by it. So you set yourself up to be.
Right.
Rather than considering maybe I haven't played this whole thing. Maybe I haven't seen all of this. Maybe
it's just not what people do when they're like when they're kids.
Yeah, it's childish.
Kids.
Yeah. And when you say kids, I'm thinking like
saying
teenagers.
18 and under.
Yeah. I'm thinking like
or maybe 20 and
teenagers, early 20s, who are starting to understand how
to be
things
fair,
are, but they don't get
8
it. 8
years of development for somebody that's 20 years old means that they announced it when they were 12.
Yeah.
Which that's a big pill to swallow.
And who knows what life experiences they may or may not have had.
Yeah.
From 12 to 18 or from 16 to 24 or whatever.
Right.
I think hell, I was fucking 26 when they announced it. So that makes me ill me. What
you gonna do?
But I do think people have been complaining a little bit too much.
What's new?
About everything. I like political situation, that's a different story entirely. But I think about these like entertainment products that are designed to make you happy.
Yeah.
Of course they built to take your money. If you decide you don't want it, you don't want it. But I think if you're investing your entire all of your happiness into, is this game going to be
everything I want it to be?
Yeah, in my head, like if I'm thinking like Metacritic reviews, it's probably going to get like 85. That's my expectation.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck because a lot of games that I've really liked in the past have been like
70, 65
rated all over the place.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me as long as it's a complete game, it's a complete vision, and
right.
If I love it, fantastic. If I like it, great. If I don't like it, okay. That's unfortunate, but there's a whole sea of games to move to.
Infinite games right
like
now.
I already have Metroid Prime 1. I know I like that game.
The fact we got the Prime remaster is kind of a miracle. And that alone is enough.
That has shielded me from anything that might happen with this game. So
we've got an incredible 3D Prime.
Yeah.
We've got an incredible 2D game in Dread.
Yeah.
We got what we needed.
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be cool for you to watch the overview trailer.
I'll watch the overview trailer.
Okay, then we'll watch it.
We'll watch it
on the TV.
Last bit of news.
It's actually pretty big. So
it's pretty big.
I don't want to spend too long.
I wonder how big it really is.
I think.
Here's what happened.
Go ahead.
The company that I am obligated to be the resident critic, the resident hater, Valve Software, announced a whole slew of new hardware with rumors of Half-Life 3 coming soon.
Like that I'm not even going to think about for now. But
let's go through the list, and I will be the devil's advocate on everything.
Sure.
Steam controller.
Steam controller. I don't like the way that thing looks.
I don't like the way that
I don't
looks.
like it. I didn't like the original Steam controller either, but that thing was different.
Dog shit. Yeah. I think
okay.
I don't know if I still have it somewhere, but like
yeah.
I used that one time and I was like, I see the vision, but this is like not it.
Yeah, we had it to test with at Video Game Company, and
at Bethesda?
Yeah, we had one.
Nice.
Yeah, we had just one.
That's really fun.
Just one for the whole department to use. We didn't use it very much.
Weren't they like $20?
Yeah, it's like nothing.
It was a cheap piece of junk.
Yeah. It didn't feel great. It
didn't feel premium at all.
The ideas that they had for it didn't make any sense. Okay, let me back up. They made sense, but they didn't make any sense for the video games at the time, especially because games just weren't being like made with it in mind.
Right.
So it always felt like you were kind of. It always felt like you were kind of hacking a control scheme together for it
to work on that controller.
And if you had a situation where the game didn't respect controller input and like keyboard and mouse input simultaneously, you'd be getting this situation where you had this trackpad, use the mouse, and then everything would freeze because you were trying to use the analog stick, which was thinking it was a controller. So you had to map it to a keyboard. It was like, man, like to WASD or something.
But yeah,
like,
the vision is not without virtue.
Yeah.
The idea of trying to rethink controllers from the ground up, with the vision being to provide mouse level sensitivity and precision with your thumb.
Yeah, with your thumbs, plural.
With your thumbs. Yeah, so like I respect that.
Yeah.
They obviously built on that with the Steam Deck and now with the Steam controller. The Steam controller to me feels still kind of like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Of the 3 hardware pieces that they announced. It feels like they have to do it because of the one of the other things they announced. Yeah. It really just kind of looks like a Steam Deck smashed together without the screen.
That's exactly what it is. It gives you the for the other thing. It gives you
it's obligatory.
If you say you set up a controls configuration for the Steam Deck, you have it on a controller now too. They can use on your PC and all that. Without the Steam Deck.
As a longtime user of the Steam Deck, I really hate their face buttons and their shoulder buttons.
Yeah.
I think their shoulder buttons and their face buttons are like, they feel so like I would say they're probably the worst of all the major developers.
Yeah.
I think they're worse than PlayStation.
Yeah.
I think they're worse than the Xbox One controller. I think they're worse than the Nintendo Pro controllers. I think they're worse than the 8-bit Do Ultimate controllers, which are like $20.
Yeah, $20, $30.
The triggers are fine. The triggers are standard analog triggers.
Yeah, and they're wide.
The trackpads, I think, are good. I think the haptics in the trackpad are quite impressive.
When you're using them,
When that's the key. When you're using them, like I've never used them as mouse. I've used them because of like you have to.
Because like a pop up will show up to start,
or you need to go to desktop mode to like tweak with shit, or you need to remap more buttons to them because you're trying to play an MMO or something.
Yeah.
So like the technology there, I think, is probably the best part of the whole thing. That and the keycaps having the sensitivity on the capacitive thumbsticks. Thumb caps, I think those are cool. I think those are cool because you can use them for things like enabling gyro.
Yeah, you hold your thumb on it. And, or you can set it for the opposite and have for when you release it or something.
Right. I think those are the 2 pieces of tech that are like interesting.
Yeah.
But it feels obligatory because second thing they announced, the Steam Cube machine.
Steam machine. Yeah, it's not called a cube. That was a nickname.
It looks like a cube.
It is a cube. It's 6 by 6 by 6.
It looks kind of big.
I mean, it's 6 inches by 6 inches by 6 inches. You can just.
It's only 6 inches.
It's like a little bigger than this.
That's pretty small, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was 6 inches. Just from the videos, it looked a little unwieldy. But I guess if it's as big as this candle in front of me, then that's.
I mean, it's a little bigger than that. That's not quite 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Steam machine was a long time coming. I think it's a natural companion to the
Yep.
Steam Deck. I basically use my Steam Deck as the Steam machine.
Right.
I would consider selling my Steam Deck for the Steam machine, but I wouldn't do it just because I think dock mode is fine. And the ability to have it handheld is pretty important.
Pretty big deal for that. I agree with you.
It's so the Steam machine, I'm curious who's going to buy this. Considering the fact that the Steam Deck itself is so affordable.
Yeah.
And is also handheld.
Yeah.
And sold like 1 million units
it's
or something.
Still, I think people miss that the Steam Deck really is a niche product in comparison to all the other PCs, handhelds,
so
like laptops and shit.
I'm not sure who's going to buy the Steam machine.
Yeah, it's
PC gamers have their PC. They like to be able to upgrade it. The whole point of PC gaming is to be able to upgrade it. It's a high entry point so that long term it's not.
Right.
Like that's the whole point. So the Steam machine really needs to be cheap.
Yeah.
It really needs to be like $400.
It needs to be 400. Like my thought is like the highest that I would respect is 500. Yeah. And I still think that's high, but I'd be like, okay, I all factors considered, I understand why 500 is the price.
I mean, 6X as powerful as the Steam Deck still puts it under the PS5.
Sure, yeah, based on the number,
again, leaves me feeling mixed, right? Even if it's $400, weaker than the PS5, and you're getting PC level compatibility, which is also mixed. Look at fucking Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for the PC. You know, there's weird, like, hitches that people experience for a long time. Yeah. It's only got FSR. You know, there's no way to get DLSS on that bad boy.
On the
Steam machine.
Yeah, on the Steam machine. Because they did just update Final Fantasy VII Remake on
they did,
PC for stuff like that.
But it took a long time though, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it's fine if you're patient. If it's again a niche thing, you know, you have to be a PC gamer that doesn't already have a PC, or you're getting it as a second PC,
for
which is
a
like
TV or another room,
which that already is like that's a very small audience. It's you know, it's already like quote unquote underpowered for the idea of having a dedicated thing to play AAA games
to play games like modern games of any kind.
On like a big TV, right? Which is the whole reason, like that's the main reason people do this.
Yeah, they did even say out loud like 4K. 4K,
the whole 60, point of
8K,
having
30
the whole point of having something stronger than a Steam Deck is to play the big hitters, play the big games, play the Final Fantasy VII Rebirths at 4K on your nice OLED 4K 120 hertz television screen. So if you're still relying on FSR and you're still kind of underpowered, I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
I think they're banking on people not really giving a shit about like the diminishing return situation. And they're typically smart with this kind of thing. Like Steam Deck by all means is underpowered. It's a handheld, but it's even underpowered compared to the other like PC handhelds you can get, though.
But those are like $1,200.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. So if they price it right, I think it could be reasonable for people to get as like we were saying, like a secondary PC or something to stream.
I just don't understand it. I think I'm just so far away from that market, even as someone with plenty of disposable income.
Sure,
like I just don't really get it. I don't get it because I'm not really a PC gamer. I'm a fake PC gamer. I have a PC and I have an extensive Steam collection and I have a Steam Deck.
And you consoleize all of it.
And I consoleize all of it.
Which is completely reasonable.
I play most of my shit on Switch. I play most of my shit on PS5.
PlayStation,
I'm also a hater of Valve now. Obligatory.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Like, I don't like sitting at my computer, you know?
I understand that.
I don't like sitting at it. I think Steam Remote Play is not very good. I've never had a really good experience with it.
And I'll say, for all the good experiences I've had with it, like my TV has access to the fucking Remote Play app for Steam or Steam Link, and that, depending on the game, can be a miserable experience.
Right.
Like for no reason. Oblivion ran like shit. It doesn't need to because it does not run like shit on my PC.
Exactly.
It's on the same network as my fucking thing. Other games ran fine. I could play Street Fighter 6 on my TV if I wanted to plug the cables to it.
There's so many games and so little time. Time and attention is what people are fighting for now, right? We've had this conversation many times.
Many times. We're gonna keep having it forever.
The more the longer time goes on, the less people are going to be tolerant of spending minutes tinkering.
Yeah,
and SteamOS still requires it, right? It's come so far since the Steam Deck launched.
Yeah,
I think SteamOS is the best thing Valve has done in a long time. Hardware aside, games aside, SteamOS is really good because it's open source, it's Linux, it's everything, right?
You can put it on anything you want.
But it's still not perfect. It still requires tinkering. It still requires like knowing where to look and knowing what's happening and restarting it or whatever it is. Like it's not just to like click and play with 100% reliability.
And that's absolutely the price of the freedom that they offer with a what is essentially a PC, like a consoleized PC,
right?
And that they advertise. It's like you can do whatever you want with it. That's great. Some people who would otherwise get this do not want that. They want you to take care of them,
right?
And SteamOS kind of gets you most of the way.
I want to be taken care of. I'm at that point.
Fair. Like SteamOS gets you most of the way there, but then you still have situations where you're trying to play Devil May Cry, and the videos are showing up.
Yeah, because you have to go into desktop mode
change which version of Proton
install Proton QT,
and it's like that shit for real sucks ass. Like that shit is shitty.
It's not that big of a deal. It takes 5 minutes.
No. Like that's one of those. I don't think I've said it hard enough. Shit like that makes it impossible for me to recommend a Steam Deck,
right,
or anything like this to the average person,
right?
Because of little shit like that.
That's what I'm saying.
All adds up to make it feel ghetto if you don't know how to fix it.
Yeah,
because the moment you know how to fix it, it's fine. But you have to have the time, the patience, and the desire to even want to do that. And if you don't have any of those things, whole swath of games are just gonna be kind of wrecked.
Just a worse experience.
Just have little shitty things about them that makes it, even if they look better in this way than a lot of the other like options that you have, they're going to be worse in this way. And that worse in this way is way more distracting than the fuzziness that you get on like if you were to play the game on just PS4 or something.
And I see a lot of comments that are like, the console game's over. Valve just won.
That's not true.
Valve just won. If you can mod this, what do you mean if you can mod? Of course you can mod it. It's a desktop PC.
Yeah.
If you can mod this, why would you ever get another console? I don't like mods, I'll say it. I don't really like mods. I know mods are how we got a lot of the popular franchises that we have today. I know that it's important. I recognize it and I respect its importance. But I don't like them.
Sure.
I don't like having to fuck around. I don't want to fuck around with my games anymore.
Yeah, I understand that.
If I want something, I just want the whole thing. Just give me the meal.
Just give me,
I'm not going to bring my own hot sauce.
Dog,
I'm not going to bring my own Jimmy's and sprinkles.
Yeah. Damn, this dude called them Jimmy's first.
Like Kurt keeps calling them Jimmy's because of her
too much British.
Because of her Boston grandma.
Oh, funny. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I just want the food to be served to me as the chef designed it.
And that's beyond reasonable.
Yeah,
that's
PC gaming to me is two things. One, it's playing AAA games in a blasted out method that is impossible on a console.
Just all the things cranked up, exactly.
And that's to me more of a curiosity than like a genuine experience. Yeah. I'm still gonna play the game on the console. Like start to finish. Like I will dabble in the blasting.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'll do it when I'm like on a work call or something because my PC is right there.
Yeah.
The other thing is games that only exist on PC, which is usually indie games.
That's all.
And that's where the Steam Deck comes in.
Yeah.
You know?
That's where the thing shines for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I actually do feel like the Steam machine is targeted at somebody like me who really just keeps the Steam Deck
plugged in. Yeah.
I think expanding the number of games accessible to me through the increased power is intriguing.
Yeah.
I think the price point is going to be critical.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be a price point that makes it worth not having a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with the Steam machine.
When it comes to the Steam machine for someone like me who just built a fucking like 4-digit PC this year, so it's as modern as I can get. and this thing appears next year. If the price is right, then I have something that I can have on my living room TV without having to think about games being streamed. I'm playing them locally,
right?
And if
this was a necessary thing for them to make.
Yeah,
I will say it's everything they've been doing is leading to this.
Sure.
And it makes complete sense for them to build it and make it available.
And I think, like, I lost my train of thought. Yeah.
Having it in all your rooms. Without having to stream.
Having it in another room, not having to stream. Some games will become more accessible as a multiplayer experience. Not that I really have the local multiplayer experience so often anymore, but it's not off the table. Like, I could have a whole swath of fighting games from playing Fightcade all the way up to like modern games like Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6. So they might, like, Tekken 8 might be a little compromised depending on the power of the system. Shouldn't be, because whatever. But choose whatever controller I want, not have to compromise anything in regards to that kind of usability. And it'd be nice to have for the games that it can run. Like, I can just blast fucking like MGS5 if I want to play it down there. I can blast older games, some newer games. Whereas the bigger games, if I really need to, I got to move my PC downstairs. If this thing is $500, I'm not doing it. This thing's $300. It's not going to be $300, but if it were $300, easier to consider.
Right. It's not going to be $300.
Exactly. It'll
be between $400 and $600.
And that's kind of where it starts and stops, because if it's that much, also isn't on store shelves, and like, it's hard to get people to understand what it is that that don't already like want something like this. I don't think the market for Steam users is going to expand by any means with this. I think it's going to be a situation where you have the option to get this machine, and people are going to like it for emulation, for this and that. And when they finally, it'll hit that like 5 million mark in a few years, and people will come up with a bunch of niche uses for it.
I do think it could be put on store shelves. I think if I put myself in the shoes of somebody that is like, I'm going to get video games.
Yeah.
I don't play a lot of video games, but I'm going to get them. And I don't have a Steam account somehow. And this looks like a good thing because it's relatively cheap and seems to be popular, and I'm seeing ads for it.
Yeah.
I think the experience of that person is actually decent.
Sure.
Because what they're going to get served is they're going to be prompted to create a Steam account. They're going to log in, and they're going to see stuff that works well.
Yeah.
The stuff on the front page of the Steam OS is stuff that is like
curated for
new people for these machines. And the experience for those games is fine.
Yeah.
It's completely fine.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to serve up Devil May Cry. They're not going to serve up things that have like broken video codecs and stuff like that. So I think you might not be giving enough credit to the average consumer from that perspective.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because the main reason I feel that way is because I look at the fucking Xbox ROG Ally.
Yeah.
And like, the number of people that bought that and were just like, I can't play the games from my Xbox library. Like, that was the one thing they were banking on, and that's like the one thing it can't do.
Yeah, it
is like
can't
really
play games that they're only on Xbox.
I feel really bad for those people, because like, I think that's a reasonable expectation.
Yeah,
when you buy something branded Xbox and it's like, play your games on the go. It's like, that was really kind of fucked up.
It's kind of a, like, as the device might be decent and everything, but I think that is a fuck up with the messaging, where they were clear typically about like, the game has to be play anywhere for you to be able to use it on this thing.
Right.
But it's like,
it's a massive caveat.
Yeah, putting Xbox on that creates the expectation that it's like an Xbox,
especially for how expensive it is.
Yeah, like
with it being that price, but it's like, oh, obviously this is going to be like an Xbox that's portable because it's 3 times the price of my Series S.
But it can't even play.
It can't even play
fucking ports of N64 games that are on that thing. Which is, that's the
fact that people were bold enough to put that on store shelves. Mm-hmm. The Steam machine is fine.
Yeah. I hear you. So
that's the Steam machine.
There's one more thing.
Steam Frame,
the
successor to the Index.
Yeah,
it looks pretty cool.
It looks good. It
looks pretty good.
It being its own computer, exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah, it's completely wireless.
Yeah,
it looks comfortable.
Yeah,
I'm very curious about the weight.
Yeah.
The weight and the battery life.
Right.
I think it is what it needed to be for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about the price.
Yeah, the price is always.
Those are the
a
three factors:
question.
battery, weight, price. Those
Yeah.
are the three most important things. I think it looks premium.
Yeah,
it looks nicer than the Quest.
Yeah, I think the Quest always look kind of cheapy.
Cheap plastic, which is what it was.
Yeah,
the Quest is cheap.
Yeah,
that's what makes it popular.
Right.
I think it's going to be expensive as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I think the frame is going to be expensive as fuck. I think part of why it's going to be expensive as fuck, I don't know why, but subconsciously it was telling me this. The way that it was shown in the ad and just the design of it reminds me of the Vision Pro, the Apple Vision Pro.
I hear you.
And that's fucking $3,500.
Yeah. So you can see all the stupid eyes through it.
Yeah. It looks like the Vision Pro's style of quality, like the build quality, without obviously being able to touch it,
right?
But without the see-through, the AR, all that shit.
Yeah, it's focused on on the game aspect of
foveated rendering is great.
Yeah,
options of streaming or playing natively is great.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
A lot of really good decisions with that device. I will say again, it looks like the buttons are the same buttons on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, they very likely are.
Those buttons fucking suck my ass. They're so cheap. They're so loose. They get stuck after you use them for a while.
They're like Wii U loose.
They're so shitty, dude. It's like, come on.
Whichever supplier they use is probably giving them a very good deal on those things.
Yeah, I mean that price is the name of the game for them for sure. For this kind of consumer grade hardware,
right? And I'm assuming they have reasonable expectations for how much they're selling. They're not trying to sell gigantic numbers and just trying to sell it at all to get as much into the Steam ecosystem as possible.
I am confused.
Mm-hmm.
The Index didn't get a ton of fanfare over the years. Yeah. It's been a number of years now. It's been 5-6 years.
Oh, I thought it was longer than that, but yeah.
Maybe longer.
Yeah.
I know because I was looking at it in 2020, at COVID, because I was stuck in here.
You need something to do. Yeah.
But it's weird. And why are they doing this?
Yeah.
What's the market for this?
For you talking about for the Index or for this thing?
For the frame.
For the frame.
For VR in general.
Yeah.
PSVR 2 has gone down the shithole. There's no games coming out.
There's nothing.
There's I'm glad that they did what they did of making it available to play it on PC with the
adapter.
The adapter and the Steam app for PSVR 2.
Yeah.
So I actually I don't think I need the frame, but the frame is the nicest looking part of the three things they announced. But the PSVR 2 is still $400. I'll accept a wire if it's saving $1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
PSVR 2 is very good hardware. Foveated rendering.
Yeah, I was say that's foveated
OLED
rendering.
lenses.
Yeah. What's the resolution on the screens in there?
On the PSVR?
Yeah. I know what it is in Steam Frame.
I want to say it's 2160 by 1440.
Okay, because it's 2160 by 2160 on the
right, but not OLED.
On this one. No, not OLED, correct.
Let me pull it up because I'm kind of curious. But it seemed like the apex of VR investment it peaked with sort of the PSVR 2, the Quest 3, and then has rapidly fallen off.
Right.
The Vision Pro somehow is getting a version update.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's wearing it. So it's
this kind of thing, at least as it is right now, is just it's a hard sell for a lot of people. And I'm assuming the frame has been in the works for years. It's probably been in R&D for the better part of a decade.
Right.
And of course they're not just going to cancel it.
2000 by 2040.
2000 by 2040.
So it is, it is 4K.
Yeah.
120 hertz refresh rate.
That's pretty hot.
You know what the frame was? I think it was 75.
Is it?
Let me look.
I hope not.
I need to check.
It needs to be at least 90, I think.
I think it was between 75 and 90, depending on if it was the foveated part or not.
Okay, yeah.
But the camera tracking is nice.
Yeah, camera tracking is always nice.
2160 by 2160. Refresh rate is 72 to 144.
Okay. That's good. That's actually a really good number. All right. So it's, basically 70 or 2 times that.
Why would it be 72 though? What is that?
72 and then 72 times 2 is 144. It's 144 and then that's just half of that.
But what is the 72? Why even mention 72?
I mean, it's
Like,
probably
that's gonna make people sick if anything's
Sure.
running at 72.
It's probably just because it evenly cuts to that.
Just 'cause it can?
Maybe there's just It's probably just important to say so because it might not always get up to 144, or software might not all be made with 144.
Yeah, that's fair.
In mind.
Anyway, so what were you saying about just like the state of the VR industry?
Oh, I just think so. There are people who are very into VR, and I think those are the people that are going to stick with VR. They're going to buy every new device. They're going to buy new devices every so often. It's going to be hard to get any new people on it without it being really good. Because the moment someone gets that motion sick feeling, they never want to do it again.
Yeah,
like
ever.
They never. Yeah, they're like, it makes me sick. I don't like it. Where they don't understand that sometimes it's like you need to use it a couple of times,
get used to it. Yeah.
Over time you'll get used to it. But people don't want to do that. It's the same thing as people not wanting to tinker with shit or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we're talking about something that feels like your health is getting attacked by this. So I just don't think
the Steam frame is attacking me.
Yeah, it's like they'll feel sick from it, and then they'll be put off from ever using it. They'll sit and go like dust. With like a lot of people's VR devices, unfortunately.
I mean, it does have to be good, but like you also have to have something to play on it.
That's what I'm saying. And if it's not,
maybe it is Half-Life 3.
But maybe it is. But Alex happened already.
Well, Alex happened, but not Half-Life 3.
Not Half-Life
maybe
3,
Half-Life Alex was like their prototype.
Yeah.
And the Index was their prototype,
Sure.
and now the frame with Half-Life 3 is their real thing.
But the only way we're going to get those good games in general is if people are using the things.
Yeah.
And people aren't using the things, we're going to get RE4 on the Meta Quest 2. It's going to be like, this is good shit. We're going to be able to play RE7 and 8 and 4 in VR and PlayStation. But if no one's using it, then what's the point of doing it? I haven't gotten a whisper of that shit for RE9.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The compatibility's collapsed. So I'm like, why is Valve doing this?
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Something they are, sunk cost situation. They've already invested the money into making them. They're
going to invest into producing however many units.
They're going to produce however many units they do. And then with the games that
maybe Gabe will just sell one of his fucking yachts.
Cover
the cost.
On the topic of that, I hate the way people wank that dude.
I fucking hate that people jerk his shit and jerk Valve shit.
They're
a company that make a lot of money.
Yeah.
You look across games, people like to talk about greedy Nintendo and greedy Sony and greedy Xbox. None of those companies have a billionaire attached to them. Valve is the only video game company that has a billionaire attached to it.
Specifically has a billionaire attached to it. Then that's one of those things where I'm like, if I'm consistent with fucking anything, it's that kind of shit. Like even Satoru Iwata, the way people fucking, and I'm saying this because you all think I only like Nintendo exclusively, but whatever. People fucking wank, as disrespectful as it may sound. People wank a Satoru Iwata really hard, and it's not like he wasn't a good game developer. It's not like he wasn't a fun, quote-unquote fun presence to have in the Nintendo Directs. But at the same time, this is the same dude that was the president during the early part of 3DS.
Wii U.
When Wii stopped selling games because people bought it and stopped buying them, and Wii U. I'm telling you, Satoru Iwata was not that great of a businessman.
Well, I mean,
I think.
But he was there when the Wii was in its heyday.
He was for the Wii, and he did help design the Switch. He did help, get the idea for the Switch.
Yeah.
I also think that, as contrived as it sounds, or as fucking, as corny as it sounds, a clock is right 2 times a day.
Maybe. I don't know if that's a fair characterization.
I just
here's what I'll say about Satoru Iwata.
Yeah.
I think it's important to be fearless in an industry that requires innovation.
I agree with you. on that. I just think
it's okay to acknowledge that he made bad decisions.
I think he made
decisions that were not popular.
Let's really good effort on a lot of things. And I think some of those decisions that were made were
I mean, you could say they're bad decisions, you could say they're whatever decisions. I do think those decisions led us to the Switch. And
I think
the Switch that we have today.
Yeah, all the way up to it led us to the Switch. And
I don't think we have the Switch without the Wii U, you know, or without the GameCube.
And I wish you got to like live to enjoy the fruit of Jesus. I wish you got to live to enjoy the fruit of that. True, but he died of fucking like brutal bile duct cancer. That sucked ass. Like, he didn't deserve that.
No, I didn't say he deserved
I didn't say that. I didn't say you just said that, but this is gonna be a long episode because it's Friday. We got time.
Yeah.
But I also, people do the same thing with Miyamoto, who like stopped directing games after Mario 64.
I know Miyamoto pushed back hard on shit like Donkey Kong Country. Like, he hated that shit. Like, he hated Donkey Kong.
And he spoke in this, like, he speaks in like esoteric ways to people. I've seen stories of him being kind of mean.
Yeah.
And like, whatever, if it gets people to get the work done in a way that's like whatever, great. But
people latch on to figureheads. That's how it always is. It's how it is with every single company. People latch onto the figurehead and they blame them for the bad shit, and they praise them for the good shit.
But the last one, I just want to blow up real quick.
Hideo Kojima?
No, not Hideo. I'm still sticking with Nintendo on this one.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Reggie Fils-Aimé. This dude was the reason we almost didn't get Xenoblade here.
Yeah.
This dude was the reason. No, he did push for Wii Sports in the box.
Right.
Like, he's part of the reason why Mother 3 ain't over here, I'm sure. I think the amount of, I think those Nintendo Directs where they were in them really did a fucking number on the younger minds that were watching them, thinking that they were the faces, they were the personalities, they need to be back. They don't. They like,
it's the same shit with fucking Junichi Masuda getting canned at Pokemon for directing Pokemon games.
Like, people wanting a face of a company to associate with that company and being like, they're like faceless now, dog. You should prefer this faceless shit because you need to have the face taken away so that you can fucking shit on their dumbass decisions.
You can engage with them as a company.
Yeah, you can engage with their shit on the terms of them selling you something as a product. And then that's where I'm like,
nice wise old man telling me sage wisdom about my favorite video game franchise.
Yeah. Oh my God. But then that's where you get back around to the people that complain about everything. It's like, if you're gonna complain, don't do it because you want it to be the way it used, like you want the old days again. That doesn't make any sense. They were tricking you the whole time. What you want to be is dumb again, like stupid. You don't want to know how things really are again, and that's fine.
Ignorance is bliss.
But don't also then put that on other people and say they're stupid for accepting the way things are going now. Like, oh, they're stupid for accepting digital games. They're stupid for accepting game key cards. They're stupid for accepting always online shit. They're not stupid for accepting it. They're probably happier for accepting it because there's nothing they can do about it for the most part.
Yeah.
It's like, this is just the way things are going. It sucks in some regards, but because this isn't like a necessary thing, you either accept it or you live your life somewhere else. This isn't like they're taking away housing from you. And of course, it's like, what I don't like when people use the term whataboutism when it comes to fucking video games, because it really is like, these things aren't important. These things are. Like, these other things are. Put that energy that you're putting here in here
towards something important,
and like be consistent with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, don't jerk off these fucking CEOs. I don't actually fuck about you. They're not doing anything cool.
Gabe was just out here buying yachts.
Yeah,
burning up the planet with his fucking gas-powered boat fleet.
Fucking, and the Nazi-infested forum.
Oh my God, Gabe is starting a conservation fleet. He's gonna save the marine animals.
What a way to spin. But okay, so that was my soapbox right there. Do we have anything else to say about this about the Steam stuff? Because
no, I mean,
in the end, I think it'll all be just pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be. I think it's good for them to make stuff.
Yeah,
I think part of my gripes with Valve stems from the fact that they exist and they make so much money off of fucking carving their cream off the top, just like Apple does with their App Store.
Yeah.
They have a monopoly on the game market, on the PC
on
gaming market.
PC game market, they have a virtual monopoly on it.
They have a full-on monopoly. And when they take that and they don't do anything with it, I get a really bad feeling.
I understand. Yeah.
So when they make stuff and they make stuff more accessible, they do things like SteamOS. I feel better about it.
Yeah.
I still don't like that they are such a pervasive storefront.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, for some people, they're the only storefront on PC.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the reality. Is like if you want to
I mean,
launch something on PC, you have to launch
it has
on
to be on Steam.
It has to be.
Microsoft learned that the hard way. Who else learned that the hard way? Square learned that the hard way.
It's convenient for the consumer to have it like that.
Yeah.
But it ultimately, like, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
To put all of your druthers under the umbrella of a single corporation. An entirely private,
privately owned
to the public. Yeah. They can do whatever they want. And that's spooky. Yeah. Spooky. I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah. I understand that, especially with some of the experiences you've had.
Yeah.
With them. I haven't necessarily had a negative experience with Steam yet. Mainly because it's literally just a launcher for me. Right. It's a launcher in a storefront. It's nothing more than that. But yeah.
About it.
Okay.
All right. You liked our shit? Shoot us an email at memoryleaguepodcast@gmail.com. Give us a like, comment, subscribe. We're at Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Podbean.
Let it rip.
Until next time.
Yep.